What's up, y'all? My name is Kai Gordon. I'm in Mr. K's fourth period econ class of 22, and I'm gonna show you how to put together a skateboard. All right, everybody. Step one: always thank your filmer. Thank you, Mr. Shoe. Okay. Before we get started, make sure you have a T-tool, and if you don't have a T-tool, get yourself a socket wrench. You should have a socket wrench in your garage or something. It's just a socket wrench. Yeah, and I'm gonna show you the sizes that you can use on the socket if you don't have a T-tool. All right, here's our list of materials. You're gonna need a nice skateboard deck, 2 trucks. They come with 3/8 nuts, 4 skateboard wheels, 8 skateboard bearings, and then 8 1032 nuts and bolts, 4 5/16 nuts, and then 8 spacers. And that's your materials. Oh yeah, and a T-tool. Don't forget the T-tool. All right, so it's pretty tight, but you see I still have that little bit of room to play, so there's not any weight pushing into the wood itself yet. So to tighten it down, it doesn't really matter how you do it. You want even weight distribution so you don't get pressure cracks. My favorite way to do this is the star method. For the star method, you're gonna wanna tighten this guy first a little bit, just until it's snug. And then you tighten this guy till he's snug, or this guy till he's snug, and then this guy. And then once you get back to this guy, he's not gonna be snug anymore. You keep doing that until everything's tight. And that will get you a nice weight distribution that will not destroy your skateboard. You're welcome. Let's do this. All right, first truck is on. See, it's nice and tight. No wiggle, no wiggle. You don't want any wiggle, and you don't want it too tight either. Just get it to a point where the plate doesn't move anymore. This doesn't move anymore, this little plate. Once that doesn't move, snug it a little tiny more. You're good. You don't want pressure cracks. It's gonna crack down your board. It'll break your board. You don't want that. All right, first truck is done. See, no wiggle, nice and tight. That's how you want it. Yeah. To get the perfect tightness, you want to get it nice and snug, get them all snug, and then just take them a little tiny bit more until they start to bite, and that's perfect. Because if you go beyond that, you'll get pressure cracks the second you step on your board. It's gonna break them because it's gonna be too tight between the wood and the truck. So yeah, let's get the next one on. Here we are. Trucks are on. No wiggle. No pressure cracks. Perfect. Okay, next up, we got our wheels, our bearings, and our T-tool. Now, this T-tool doesn't have a bearing puncher, which is part of some of them. It makes it easier to put bearings in and out of wheels, but I don't have it. I'm gonna show you the hard way. So, your bearings are double-sided. You got a side without a shield and a side with a shield. That applies to most bearings. Some are shieldless, but these ones have shields. And so the shields are going to face outside. You want them facing outside, otherwise you can get dirt and stuff in them. You don't want that. So, how we do this? You take your bearing, you take your wheel. You're gonna notice it doesn't fit all the way. So what can we do about that? That's right, snag it. My tool just fell apart, but it's okay. But yeah, you see? All right, we're almost done here, folks. You're gonna take your wheels and your spacers. So the spacer goes before the wheel. Take your wheel. Notice how the bearings aren't fully in yet. What do you do about that? Snag it. Snag it a few times. That's all it takes. Don't let the camera fall. But yeah, so once you smack it, you'll notice that it fits. What do we do once it fits? We take another washer or spacer. I just dropped that one. Don't drop your spacers. Take a spacer, You put it on the other side now. So you have 2 spacers for every wheel. And then boom, that's that. All you gotta do now is tighten this boy down. One thing though, the bearings are fragile. Don't tighten too much. Go down and then maintain a little bit of wiggle room all the way down, because if you pull it too tight, you're gonna break your bearings. So you see, slightest little bit of wiggle room, perfect spin, it's not coming off. There you go. So let's do that for the rest of the wheels, and then we'll see what's next. All right, last thing. This right here, it's called a kingpin. This controls how tight your chucks are. You see how that moves like that? You take it and you tighten it. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. It's a lot tighter now. It doesn't want to bend as much. So if you loosen it, you get looser chucks. If you tighten it, you get tighter chucks. There you go. Now we got our board set up. Let's go give it a test run. Thank you for watching. Sorry, built a skateboard. It's pretty simple.